we experiencing right now?
This is the Stan Lee experience, working in conjunction with Stan Lee Universe. So we have here a avatar for Stan Lee, and the avatar is actually informed by a large language model, which is set up to be everything that Stan wrote, everything that Stan said, and every appearance that Stan had, like on the red carpet or on TV. We put all of that in the large language model because our goal is not to have it be what Stan would have said, but actually have what Stan did say. So unlike Grok and ChatGPT, nothing goes out to the web to crawl around and find information. It's actually really what Stan said, all out of the archives from Stan Lee Universe. I've worked for Stan for a number of years. I actually did all the visuals for the Spider-Man ride in Orlando, and then scanned Stan a couple of years before his passing. So I have a long history with Stan, but more importantly, the people that have Stan Lee Universe had worked for Stan for decades. So our goal in this was to make sure that we bring Stan to a new audience, because as you walk around a con, you don't see Stan's direct influence as much as you used to. And I think that the younger fans really need to know who Stan was and how he actually started all of this stuff.
Well, you sort of answered my next question, because my next question to you would have been, how do you want to see this environment and what you're doing push forward the new narrative about Stan and what he's doing? Because he has a strong message.
Absolutely true. I mean, the message that Stan has is as applicable today as it was when he wrote it, even back in the 60s when he started all of the Marvel stuff. So it's really interesting to look at what the messages are and look at what's happening in the world today and see how relatable those things are. I mean, Spider-Man's a nerdy teenager, right? Nerdy teenagers are kind of the norm now. So, having that kind of thing where he met real world challenges and that kind of stuff represented with something like this, where Stan can actually tell his story, I think is really important.
What would you like to say to young men and women out there who want to do this kind of thing, or even give them some inspiration and advice about how they can move forward in this new world that we're in?
It's really interesting. AI has to be represented as a tool. Don't use AI as something that is a replacement for actual creativity, because AI can only do what it's told to do, even though it looks like it's actually creating things. It doesn't, but it does allow you to actually get information that you can then use to create something new and unique.
Words well said, everyone out there. Listen to what this man says, because he's absolutely on point. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. So how do people find out more about the experience? What do they need to know to get involved about Stan's world?
In the Stan world, you go to realstanlee.com. If you're interested in the hologram world, in the avatar world, you go to hyperreal.io.